Hey guys, thanks for tuning in, G1 fans, subscribers. What I got here is some of the ultimate G1 Transformers ever released, and I've got them all here together. So I figured let's do a bit of a video, and I'm not going to transform and put them together. I'm just going to talk about them and see who I think is the best of the best. So we got some of the earliest G1 combiners right here. Now I didn't realise how badass, how sick they looked when you put all 5 together. Only a couple of these are mine. Menasor and Devastator are mine. Bruticus and DEFENSOR are sold, and SUPERION are coming up for sale, although I've sold another one. I didn't realise how sick they look when you put them all together, so I've got these two in my cabinet, but not next to each other. And I tell you what, man, I put them all together and I thought I'd do a bit of video, just a bit of a laugh, have some fun. I look at these early combiners and how sick they are, and man, when you put them together, man, they belong together. Like, I actually regret selling Bruticus now and DEFENSOR, to be honest with you. I'm actually tempted to keep that last SUPERION now because off the bat I thought, yeah, SUPERION's probably my least favourite of these guys, but mate, you put them all together and he lines up he holds his own, mate, the big fella, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's have a quick look at all of them. I'll talk about them one by one, and then I'll tell you what I think, who I think is the best and who I like the most. So we've got Bruticus here. He's a big time fan favourite at the Combaticons. He's so popular. I never really liked him that much. I think I only really had Swindle as a kid. I never had them. I never had the full combiner as a child. I think I only had Swindle. It's the only one I remember having. My friends had him. My mate Dan Simo absolutely loves Bruticus. He used to have so many reiterations of this thing. It was a ridiculous amount of colourway later releases. But he's a savage looking dude, man. I won't lie to you. I didn't like him that much, but now I've sort of come to love him. And he's a beast, eh? He just looks so cool. His head, everything about him is cool. His actual combination, his combining thing is quite good too. I like, some of them are a bit dicky, putting them together and combining. His is nice, I think. And he stands, he's just got that proud, very proud stance. He's a great combiner. And then we got Menasor. I think Menasor's up there for me. The Stunticons. I had these guys as a child. I can't remember if it was Wild Rider that I took ages to get, and actually can't remember. I love Drag Strip. I got Motor Master first as a child. This is just a ripping toy. This is obviously attached to my childhood. I get some sick memories from this guy. But even looking back now, man, it's just such a beast of a combiner. Motor Master uncombined in trailer mode is a beast of a vehicle too. I mean, they're all the Stunticons individually are fantastic too. There might be a little bias coming out in my voice here because I absolutely love these guys. But yeah, one of the few that I had as a child fully combined, and he was a ripper, man. So then we got SUPERION. I've never been a massive fan of the aerial bots. You know, and I always thought this guy looked a little bit poxy, you know, like the way his stance is, particularly his legs is like very wide and it's a bit skinny here. Looks like a weak, I don't know. I never liked his stance, but looking now, man, the gold really shines beautifully. His head is sick. I don't love his legs. They look like they're kind of on stilts. I'm not a massive fan of the way his stance and the way he stands, but he's a bloody cool looking dude. I'm kind of warming to him. I don't think I had any aerial bots at all as a child, not a single one. I was more of a Decepticon person, always was from the start and still am. But this guy's pretty sick. And like I said, when you line them all up, he definitely looks like he belongs and he holds his own. And then you got the Protector bots. Make sure those flimsy legs hold up right. Got those Protector bots and DEFENSOR. I never liked this guy either, to be honest with you. I never had any of these guys as a child, not a single one. Again, this is my Decepticon love coming through. But and standalone, they're quite cool bots. Hotspot's cool. Probably my favourite. They're all quite cool. But very nice. When you put him together, the only thing I don't like about him is the way his head stands kind of set back from the rest of his body. From front on, yeah, it looks pretty cool. But when you look from other angles, it looks a bit funky to me. But that's all I can really whinge about too much. I'm not whinging about a lot of G1s, to be honest with you. I love G1s so much. But he looks really sick, and he stacks up. He stacks up well against the others. And then we got to go the first combiner. My first combiner, obviously, the first one ever released. I got these guys. I chipped away at these guys one by one. this was very Scavenger right arm here was one of my first Transformers. Totally, I had Kickback, I had Insecticon Kickback, Sea Spray, the little mini bite. They're all behind me. I've got these three in my cabinet, and Scavenger right here. They're my first three, and then I think might have got Power Glide. It was so hard to get stock. I've said this quite a few times in my videos in the past. It was so hard to get stock of the major characters. Prime, Starscream, Soundwave, Megatron. They were impossible to get initially. Everything was just empty shelves. And I'm not talking a lack of like poorly stocked shelves. It was they had millions of the mongrels, and they just sold out. I'll never forget going to my city a few weeks after they were released, school holidays, and they had the biggest Transformers cavity in the wall for boxes, and you'd see their names. It said Soundwave and the price tag and whatever, and all I had left were a couple of the mini-bots hangers, hence me getting Scavenger and Sea Spray and whatnot, but they were all gone. It's incredible. It was a phenomenon, eh? Anyway, I'll stop yapping on about the history of it and my attachment. This guy's nuts, man. He was such a big part in the movie and the cartoons. All the individual characters are just nuts. Scavenger's obviously my favourite because he's my first one, but they're all like, you gotta Hook is nuts. They're all just crazy, man. The Bone Crusher's crazy. I don't know who I like the most after Scavenger, and it just, for them to whip that out as the very first combiner and nailed it so sick to the point that 40 years later there's about 10,000 reiterations of Devastator, one bigger than the next, and there's even just a Studio Series one recently, I think it is. I'm not that much into modern Transformers, but Devastator's been re-released over and over, and it's still so popular. What a character, man, they pulled out. And for me, the G1 Devastator is, if you're a serious G1 collector, you gotta have it, don't you? Like, I can't see a serious G1 collector that doesn't own Devastator, man. Like, he combines so sick. He's just menacing, just so good. It's hard to put in words how crazy good this guy is. So now what I'm gonna do, and this could get a bit controversial, I'm gonna kind of rank these guys and eliminate them, if you will, 5 through 1. So I'm gonna get rid of the weakest link and put him to the side, and then move forward. Now, if you told me a few weeks ago, yeah, who's out of these 5, who do you like the least, I would have said SUPERION, and I would have put him to the side first up. But my mind has changed. I'm starting to like this little Goldie dude, so I'm gonna put the Paw Protector Bots and Defensor in 5th place in this battle of the combiners, battle of the original combiners. So I'm gonna pop Menasor as 5th. No knock on him, man. You're just in some really hot company here, man. Like, it's nothing wrong with losing to the best, and you're losing to 4 of the best, man. So it's even more of a less humiliation and more pride. So look, Defensor's gonna go number 5. So I'm gonna put number 5 over here. Devastator's in the mix. Now I reckon from my previous comments, you probably realise that the 4th place is gonna go to SUPERION. So look, he's climbed a rung. He's climbed a rung on my ladder. He's a cool looking dude, man. The gold shines, his eyes, it makes him look super cool. But I just can't get past that stance and those weird skinny legs. He's got that skipped leg day look all the time, man. But look, he is cool, man. And again, you're losing out to some pretty tough company here, man. So I'm going to pop him in 4th place, right on there. Don't fall over with your chicken legs. So you're talking the big 3 here now, right? And this big 3 dances with any big 3 ever put together. LeBron, Wade, and Bosch. Come on, mate. These guys will crush your soul. Sorry for the NBA talk. This is the 3 that you wanna talk about, man. So I might even just put those a little bit further away so we can get serious. Now this is tough. Look, this is real tough. These 2 were always my favourite too, but of late, I've got to say, Bruticus is really starting to get in there for me, mate. And these Combaticons are sick, and he's just a mean bloody dude, eh? He's a beast, but as much as I like him now, he's still going to be 3rd place, man. So let's move him. Let's move Bruticus into 3rd place there. And again, man, that's like, I would liken this to Return of the Jedi. you're losing. You're a fantastic movie, but you're just not as good as Star Wars and Empire, right? That's how I'm saying it. So fantastic G1. Love you, man, but it's just some rare air, these two. Now this next one is tough. My son watches a YouTube channel, a dude called Jesse. He does a lot of NBA basketball stuff and soccer stuff, and he's always like, that's going to be tough. That's what he says all the time. And I tell you what, man, this is tough, man. How do you pick first and second here? And you're not allowed to do a tie. You can't say, yep, love you equally both as much. You can't do it. You got to make the call, man. Menasor versus Devastator. Who wins? Who wins in your eyes, guys? I'll keep the suspense for a moment. I want to comment here. Come on, who would you go for? You had to have it. You can only have one. You can only display one. Or you got them both, but one sits here and one sits here, which is what I'm going to do. Who you got? I have to do it this way. Look, apologies. Big time apologies to second place. And second place is Menasor here. The Stumpticons. As much as I love them, you can't beat the OG, man. So look, I'll say some positive stuff about you because I don't want you to feel bad, man. Because there's a lot of love, man. Savage combiner. Second to almost none, only one. It's just ridiculous combiner. Absolutely love it. But there can be only one. And look, we're going back to Devier. G1 Devastator. Use some very early memories of Transformers for me. You put that up against any bloody G1 man, and he just looks sick. You stand him next to like Omega Supreme or Prime and whatever, and he just looks mad, mate. He ain't backing down to anyone, man. I'm sorry to say. I'm not sorry to say at all, actually. I love this guy, and as far as I'm concerned, he's the best G1, original G1 combiner. Now, I obviously don't have them all here. I'm a massive fan of the of Predaking. That's nuts. I don't have that for sale or own that at all. I am going to purchase a Predaking one day for myself. I may go the reissue because that's a beautiful box set. And I like super mint. And these, my two, Menasor and Devastator, are absolutely gorgeous. But it's hard to get them in such good condition and like really nice condition. So I'm very fussy. So we'll see where I never really search for something, but I'm sure a Predaking will fall for me one day soon. But yeah, I don't have them all here. I also like the little Pretender ones, when they've got little tiny Pretender shells, Ice Pick and Bird Brain, and they've got a little dude inside, a little bot inside, and they form a little combiner. They are sick too. I don't own them either. I will definitely get them one day, and that's going to be a massive video in itself because I had them as a child, and I actually haven't had them for that long that I forgot how sick they are, and I remember they were nuts. Absolutely nuts Transformers. So, like I said, I don't have them all here, but I'm going to say on the 5 here, I'm going to say Devastator will beat anything you're going to bring me, G1. Okay, any G1 combiner you want to bring me, Devastator, I'll still say is my favourite over all of them. But of these 5, yeah, this is how I rank these 5, and look, man, no hard feelings. They are such sick toys, man. I'm actually, honestly, brutally upset now that I've solved that Bruticus, and this one actually is still for sale soon, and he might not be for sale soon because yeah, I'm starting to like him a bit now, but we shall see. Defensor, look, I'm not that upset. I do like it, but I'm actually not that worried about keeping him, so I'm quite happy to have maybe 4. But then again, I want Predaking soon, man, so where's that gonna go? Thanks for watching, guys. I'm just mucking around having a bit of fun here. These rankings mean absolutely nothing to anyone apart from me. If you want to have a laugh and have a comment, tell me who you like, who you hate, whatever, feel free to go for it, man. I'm just a near 50-year-old, just can't get enough of these toys that I'm selling and buying and collecting. It's just too much fun for me. I literally cannot get enough of them, so I will just continue to talk about them. So feel free to watch as many of my videos as you like because I've got an interesting view on some stuff. For some reason I hate certain things, love certain things. It's always personal, man. And you're welcome to. Defensor can be your number 1. It's not going to bother me. You can hate my opinion. I don't care, man. It's just toys. I'm not going to start a fight with you or bloody become a keyboard warrior because you don't agree with me. I'm just having fun with my toys. Thanks for watching, guys. There's heaps of content coming up. A lot of it educational. This one, a little bit of a laugh, but some mail calls, some toys coming up. So it never ends. I've just got toys coming out of my ears 24/7, and they're always coming on this channel and then for sale on my Facebook page. So feel free to check out my Facebook group. And please, if you haven't already, subscribe, see my content. I do some funny stuff, but you won't miss out on toys I have coming up for sale. That's the main thing. You'll never miss out because I preview them all here. Thanks a lot, guys. Do appreciate it. And yeah, G1 for life, vintage toys for life. Thanks, guys.